Go ahead, Mike.
I have a unique one.
Yes.
What is it like knowing that you're coaching against a guy who's a Jack Adams finalist this year?
Yeah, I think it's funny, but as coaches, we don't, it doesn't really cross your mind, the awards things. You're so in the moment with your team and working on your team and things like that. I think that's stuff you kind of look back at in the summer and acknowledge or appreciate. But, we coach in a league where it's the best of the best, and, every team's prepared, every team, as you can see, the parity's unbelievable. The margins are razor thin. So a lot of great coaches in this league.
Along those lines, Seattle wins game one, you make adjustments, you win game two, you're expecting adjustments from Seattle. How much as a coach and a coaching staff do you relish the chess match between the opposition behind the bench?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but I love playoff time. I mean, it's so much different than regular season, where you're just going city to city and a different opponent every night. You can actually dive into a team for a 7-game series and make adjustments based on their strengths and weaknesses and success or failure during the series. So, for me, that's the best part of coaching is this time of year.
I was going to ask, aside from the daily availabilities with us, what your favorite thing is.
Yeah.
But
Right up there, yeah.
Yeah, to that point though, I mean, as a coach, does that allow you to really, utilize everything that you have in your bag instead of, having to spread things out and manage workloads and things like that, whereas now it's just one opponent, one scheme?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the fun part about what we do, for me, when you can get one opponent and really dive into them, and then you're weighing at that point too. You don't want to overcoach either. You got to find that fine line where you're playing your game while still making adjustments to them without overdoing it. It's all those things go into the pot. So great time of year.
Also, just off the ice, everything it seems so intense where every moment matters so much. You've been through a few of these long runs. What do you kind of enjoy just about the overall vibe, aside from the X's and O's that you just talked about, the vibe of the playoff?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things. You enjoy the weather. I was talking to Alain Nazardine. He hasn't been on a playoff run. He made the playoffs once in New Jersey in his time there, and they were out in 4 or 5 games. So, just the weather changes, and it feels like summer outside. You're coming to the rink in shorts. There's the out of town scoreboard gets smaller every round. I think last night there was 1 game on, and it's almost unheard of 2 weeks ago. So, there's all kinds of little things that are different this time of year that make it exciting, and and there's no doubt the players. There's a camaraderie to the group this time of year. They know they're, out of 32 teams, there's only 8 left, and they're in the foxhole here together, and we do a lot of things together, travel together, off days, things like that.
You've been through it in San Jose and Vegas. How important is it to a Sun Belt city? Because I personally have friends and stuff who just noticing that we have a hockey team.
Yeah,
Really, the interest is really boosted right now.
Yeah, I can't tell you how awesome the home games have been. The atmosphere in the rink, the packed stands, how energetic the building is. I think it's great that we're the only pro team still playing right now. But I can feel that the community's excited about this group, and they should be. These guys are hopefully on the path to doing something special.
When you look at Miro, he's leading all skaters with 29 minutes a game. Is there a point in time you look at him and go, that's enough? Take the gas off? He just seems like a guy that, whatever the situation, no matter if you're playing first game of the series or game 7, he's a guy that can just keep playing.
Yeah. Yeah, you always worry about fatigue setting in. He plays hard minutes. I think with playoff overtime, we've already had a double overtime. We had a long single overtime already. It's hard not to get a guy like that up into that range. He wants it. We talk to him. It's a communication thing. We're always talking to him. He always wants more. For me, it's the critical piece is making sure on the days that he's not playing that he's filling his tank back up.
Don't you want to see that in your number one defenseman, or he wants to be?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, that's what makes those guys special.
In this season, you guys
Last question,
played
yes.
Seattle 3 times within like 10 days. Did you get a little bit of a taste of kind of what a series like this could be playing against them?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably as close to a playoff series as you're going to get playing a team that many times in a week. But it's still not the same, it's still regular season and you're still in that regular season mode. So, it was a taste of that, but it's not close to what you're in now, where you're all in on one team.